Elderly people often use a certain seed to provide natural protection for their eyes and retina. Many have been led to believe that vision loss is simply a natural and unavoidable consequence of aging. Yet, this is not entirely true. The reality is that in most cases, the decline in eyesight isn't caused purely by the passage of time. Instead, silent inflammation and a lack of key vitamins slowly erode visual clarity, and very few are ever told about this. Studies reveal that 99% of older adults are unaware that these factors, not age itself, are often the true culprits behind their diminishing eyesight. Among all the overlooked nutritional elements, one seed in particular stands out. This small yet powerful seed, when consumed regularly, can safeguard the retina and slow vision deterioration by as much as 31% within just 90 days. This is not speculation, but is backed by carefully conducted research. Despite such findings, conversations around this seed remain scarce. Instead, the mainstream approach continues to emphasize costly treatments, prescription eyewear or surgeries, solutions that manage the symptoms rather than address underlying causes. Why does this happen? The reason lies in the economics of the vision care industry. Natural remedies like seeds don't generate the profits that expensive interventions do. As a result, the knowledge about these simple, affordable, and highly effective solutions rarely reaches those who could benefit most. Behind the scenes, an entire billion-dollar industry thrives on maintaining a constant demand for prescriptions and procedures. Yet, scientific evidence shows that certain seeds contain compounds capable of protecting, and in some cases even improving deteriorating eyesight. Among these, sunflower seeds deserve particular attention. Though often seen as a humble snack, they conceal powerful eye protective properties. These seeds are packed with vitamin E, one of the most effective antioxidants known for neutralizing free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that accumulate in the body, especially with age, and contribute to oxidative stress. In the delicate tissues of the retina, oxidative stress can inflict significant damage, leading to blurred or weakened vision. The retina itself is a thin layer of light-sensitive tissue at the back of the eye responsible for converting light into neural signals. Its cells are incredibly fragile and, as the years go by, become increasingly susceptible to oxidative harm. The damage may start subtly, difficulty reading fine print, trouble seeing in dim light, or loss of peripheral vision, but left unchecked, it can progress to more severe impairments. This is where sunflower seeds make a difference. Scientific studies have demonstrated that individuals with diet rich in vitamin E have a significantly lower risk of developing age-related macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of vision loss. In fact, research published in the Archives of Ophthalmology reported that those who consumed adequate vitamin E experienced a 25% reduction in the likelihood of developing this condition over a decade. The protective effect stems from vitamin E's ability to neutralize the harmful oxidative molecules before they damage retinal cells. Consider the case of Mahmoud, a 67-year-old retired engineer who had begun noticing a gradual loss of his peripheral vision, especially at night. Initially, he dismissed this as an unavoidable part of growing older. However, further evaluation revealed that his daily intake of vitamin E was virtually non-existent. Once he incorporated just 2 teaspoons of sunflower seeds into his meals, either sprinkled over salads at lunch or enjoyed as a quick afternoon snack, his vision began to stabilize. Over time, he reported clearer night vision and improved overall sharpness, highlighting the impact of even small dietary changes. The lesson here is simple yet profound. Much of what we assume about vision decline is incomplete. While aging undoubtedly plays a role, underlying deficiencies and chronic inflammation exert a far greater influence than most realize. Nutritional support, particularly through vitamin E-rich seeds like sunflower seeds, offers a natural, accessible, and scientifically supported method of preserving eyesight. These seeds are widely available, inexpensive, and easy to incorporate into everyday meals, yet their benefits remain largely unknown outside of scientific circles. By addressing oxidative stress at its root, sunflower seeds help protect one of the most vital senses, sight. The evidence is clear. Consistent intake of this nutrient-dense seed can help preserve the ability to read, drive, and maintain independence well into later life. While the broader conversation around eye health often overlooks such natural approaches, the science speaks for itself. Sunflower seeds, though small and unassuming, hold remarkable potential for those who wish to protect their vision without resorting to costly interventions. Because of the significant improvement in his night vision that occurred over a span of 2 months, he was finally able to resume driving after nightfall, something he hadn't dared to do in more than a year. For him, the difference was life-changing. Driving at night had always felt like navigating through a fog of uncertainty, with every streetlight glaring like a bright star and oncoming headlights blinding him. After incorporating the seeds into his daily routine, that fear gradually began to fade. Each day his confidence grew, and by the end of the second month, he could comfortably drive on familiar routes even under dimly lit conditions. The seeds became more than just a part of his diet. They turned into a simple, sustainable daily practice that fit seamlessly into his lifestyle. He enjoyed them without much effort, and the impact on his vision was undeniable. A follow-up retinal scan later revealed that the oxidative damage indicators in his retina had decreased significantly. It wasn't just about seeing better. The very health of his eyes had improved. When he shared this information with us, he spoke about the joy of regaining something he thought was lost forever. A small, straightforward change had produced life-altering results. Now, let's move on to one seed that has even more powerful benefits for the eyes. Coming in at number 6 are pumpkin seeds. Often overlooked in the conversation about eye health, pumpkin seeds are among the most underappreciated natural antioxidants that specifically protect the retina. Most people associate pumpkin seeds with magnesium for relaxation or as a natural sleep aid. However, their real power lies in their zinc content. Zinc is a vital mineral that acts as a guardian for the eyes. It maintains the structural integrity of the retina and works as a transporter, ensuring that vitamin A from the liver reaches the retina. Vitamin A is crucial because it's used to produce melanin, a pigment that protects the eyes from harmful light exposure. Without enough zinc, this entire process slows down, leaving the retina more vulnerable. Over time, this vulnerability can make eyes susceptible to damage from ultraviolet, UV, radiation, blue light emitted by digital devices, and even the natural wear and tear that comes with aging. What's even more concerning is a high prevalence of zinc deficiency, especially among people over the age of 60. Restricted diets, reduced appetite, or absorption problems make the deficiency surprisingly common. Clinical research backs this up. A significant study published in Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science found that older adults who took zinc supplements were 21% less likely to progress to advanced macular degeneration compared to those who didn't. This mineral truly plays a protective role in long-term eye health. Let me tell you about Lillian, a 74-year-old former educator who came to us when she noticed her central vision was beginning to fade. Reading had always been one of her favorite pastimes, but she described the experience as trying to look through a hazy, impenetrable cloud. Simple pleasures, like getting lost in a book, were slipping away from her. When we tested her zinc levels, the results were clear. She was deficient. Instead of prescribing supplements right away, we suggested she start her mornings with a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds mixed into her oatmeal. This small change increased her daily zinc intake by about 2.5 milligrams. Over the next 3 months, Lillian experienced a remarkable improvement. Her vision sharpened, and she no longer needed additional magnification to enjoy her books. But perhaps the most heartwarming change was a return of her confidence. She resumed reading to neighborhood children, something she hadn't done in years, rediscovering the joy of teaching through stories. For her, pumpkin seeds didn't just improve eyesight. They reignited a lost passion. Next on the list is a seed even more unique, chia seeds, coming in at number 5. Tiny in size but powerful in impact, chia seeds are a nutritional powerhouse for the eyes. Their primary contribution is a type of omega-3 fatty acid known as alpha-linolenic acid, ELA. This plant-based omega-3 has potent anti-inflammatory properties, especially beneficial for the retina. Chronic, low-grade inflammation inside the eyes is a silent force that accelerates retinal thinning, persistent dryness, and even blood vessel leakage, all of which can lead to vision loss over time. Inflammation is particularly insidious because it usually progresses without any noticeable pain. Over the years, it slowly wears down the macula, the central area of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. Protecting this delicate part of the eye is essential for maintaining clear sight as we age. A randomized controlled study published in the journal Nutrients demonstrated that consistent ALA consumption over just 8 weeks strengthened retinal blood vessels and significantly reduced markers of inflammation. But omega-3s aren't the only benefit. Chia seeds are also rich in antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds are selectively absorbed by the eye and act like built-in sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light and UV rays. This protective effect reduces stress on the retina, slowing down age-related damage and preserving vision. We met Nancy, a 70-year-old woman with a lifelong love for embroidery. Having worked as a seamstress for years, she prided herself on her precise and delicate needlework. But over time, even with bright lighting, she found herself struggling to make out the fine details of her craft. She also suffered from persistent dry eyes, which left her feeling frustrated and unable to fully enjoy her hobby. Retinal scans revealed signs of inflammation, a clear indicator of the ongoing stress her eyes were under. Introducing chia seeds into her diet brought about a gradual yet noticeable transformation. Within weeks, Nancy began to experience less dryness and more visual clarity. Her ability to focus on intricate embroidery patterns improved, and with it, her confidence returned. For Nancy, this wasn't just about seeing better. It was about reclaiming a part of her identity. The seeds not only supported her eye health, but also restored her connection to a craft she deeply loved. As an alternative to quickly resorting to eye drops or artificial tears, we inquired about her nutrition immediately. She did not take a significant amount of omega-3 fatty acids in her daily diet, and that was one of the first things we noticed. Instead of recommending a long list of medications, we made a single simple change. We added just 2 tablespoons of chia seeds that had been soaked overnight to her morning smoothie every single day. At first, she was skeptical. After all, it was just a seed, nothing fancy, nothing expensive. But over the course of a few weeks, she began noticing subtle improvements. Her eyes no longer felt as gritty in the mornings, and by the end of the day, she wasn't reaching for eye drops as often as before. In a span of only 6 weeks, she experienced a remarkable reduction in the severity of her dry eye symptoms. For someone who relied heavily on her vision for her craft work, this was life-changing. She told us with excitement that her stitching designs had finally become sharp and precise once more. Colors looked vibrant again, and fine patterns that once blurred by afternoon now stayed clear. It wasn't just about vision. She also regained a sense of confidence and independence. At her neighborhood community center, she was finally able to resume her role as the teacher of a craft class, a role she had reluctantly stepped back from when her vision was failing her. The freedom she gained came not from a complicated prescription, but from something as unassuming as a tiny seed. Chia seeds had given her that renewed clarity and comfort, and this was only the beginning. Now we move on to the top 4 seeds that provide support for eye health. Next up is something often referred to as eye insurance in many traditional societies. Flax seeds come in at number 4, and they have earned that reputation for a reason. These seeds are one of the most concentrated natural sources of ALA omega-3 fatty acids. What sets flax seeds apart is their unique ability to support and maintain the tear film, a delicate, protective layer of moisture that coats your eyes. As we age, the tear film tend to become unstable. It can break down too quickly or evaporate before properly protecting the eye, leading to chronic dryness, irritation, and blurriness. Flax seeds counter this problem in 2 ways. They reduce surface inflammation and improve the quality of the lipids in the tear film, meaning the protective layer of tears lasts longer before evaporating. In a clinical study published in the Cornea Journal, participants who consumed flaxseed oil daily experienced a 42% improvement in dry eye symptoms within just 30 days. When you consider how common dry eyes are in adults, that's a huge number. But flax seeds offer more than just moisture. They are packed with lignans, plant compounds with powerful antioxidant effects that fight oxidative stress in both the lens and retina. This helps slow down age-related damage that can cloud vision over time. I remember working with a 69-year-old gentleman who had recently retired after 20 years of driving a school bus. His complaint was very specific: By afternoon, his eyes would feel sandy and gritty, and he found himself constantly squinting to see clearly. He relied heavily on over-the-counter eye drops, but the relief they provided lasted for just minutes, not hours. When we looked into his diet, we found that he consumed virtually no omega-3 fatty acids and didn't enjoy eating fish. To address this, we added 1 tablespoon of freshly ground flax seeds to his morning yogurt every day. It was important to use ground seeds, since whole flax seeds often pass through the digestive tract without being absorbed. Within just 2 weeks, he reported less soreness, and after 21 days, he said he no longer needed his eye drops at all. His wife even teased him, saying she had caught him watching his favorite classic action movies without stopping to rub his eyes every few minutes. For him, adding flax seeds was a small, simple step that gave him a major boost in comfort and clarity. And if you think flax seeds are powerful, wait until you learn about the next seed, which targets the retina directly. It might surprise you how effective it can be. Coming in next are black sesame seeds. A staple in many traditional Asian diets, these tiny seeds pack an extraordinary punch when it comes to supporting eye health. Their benefits come from a unique combination of vitamin B1, zinc, and potent antioxidants like sesamin and sesamoline. Together, these compounds nourish and protect the intricate network of blood vessels that supply the retina. This is crucial because the retina is responsible for capturing light and sending visual signals to the brain. Damage to the retinal blood vessels, often caused by poor circulation, can lead to conditions like diabetic retinopathy, a major cause of vision loss. Black sesame seeds help preserve these delicate vessels by supporting microcirculation and protecting them from oxidative damage. One of the key drivers of retinal damage is fluctuating blood sugar levels, which can make tiny blood vessels weak and prone to leaking, hemorrhaging, or developing scar tissue. Regular consumption of black sesame seeds can help stabilize these fluctuations, reducing the stress placed on retinal circulation. As a result, these seeds play a protective role in preventing long-term vision problems. Adding black sesame seeds to the diet isn't difficult. Many people sprinkle them over rice, mix them into smoothies, or incorporate them into baked goods. The important thing is consistency, as the compounds build up their protective effects over time. For those looking to strengthen their retinal health and keep their vision sharp, black sesame seeds offer a powerful, natural option. After only 6 weeks of consistent consumption, a study that was published in the Journal of Medicinal Food revealed something remarkable. Regular intake of black sesame seeds was linked to measurable improvements in retinal vascular function and a notable decrease in oxidative stress markers. These findings are especially important when we consider how oxidative stress contributes to the gradual breakdown of delicate eye tissues over time. In the early stages of diabetic retinopathy, we met a patient named Aim who was 72 years old. Aim had worked diligently for years to keep his blood sugar levels under control, carefully monitoring his diet and medications. Yet, despite his best efforts, he began noticing subtle but worrying changes in his vision. Dark floaters occasionally drifted across his field of view, and straight lines, such as door frames or edges of books, appeared slightly distorted. These were not merely inconveniences. They were early warning signs that his retina was under stress. One of his greatest fears was losing his independence. For Aim, the ability to read his prayer book, recognize faces, and move around his home without assistance represented not just practicality, but dignity. Although he was already on prescribed medication, we decided to add a nutritional approach to support his vision health. We introduced a simple yet powerful habit into his daily routine, consuming a mixture of roasted black sesame seeds blended with a small amount of honey each evening. Before long, this became a calming ritual before bedtime, something he looked forward to each night. After 8 weeks, an OCT scan showed a meaningful improvement. The swelling in his retina had decreased. Even more encouraging, Aim noticed that the frequency of the floaters had diminished, and reading felt sharper and less strenuous. Perhaps the most significant change was psychological. He regained a sense of hope. The realization that such a small, natural intervention could help him preserve his sight brought immense relief and renewed determination to protect his vision. We now move closer to the seed that claims the second spot on our list, one that offers unparalleled protection for one of the most vital yet vulnerable parts of the eye, the optic nerve. This is where hemp seeds come into play. Unlike most other omega-6 fatty acids, which can promote inflammation when consumed in excess, hemp seeds are rich in a unique form called gamma-linolenic acid, GLA. This special compound has the opposite effect, actively reducing inflammation. Why does this matter for our health? The optic nerve, a slender but crucial cable composed of over 1 million microscopic nerve fibers, serves as the highway for transmitting visual information from the retina to the brain. With age, this nerve becomes increasingly susceptible to damage. Inflammation or injury here can lead to a slow, often unnoticed loss of vision, starting at the edges with peripheral vision and creeping inward towards central sight. Conditions like glaucoma are directly linked to such optic nerve damage. Recent studies have shown that GLA may have a protective effect. In a 90-day trial published in Current Eye Research, GLA supplementation improved blood flow to the eyes and reduced damage to the optic nerve in older adults at risk of glaucoma. This discovery offers new hope for slowing one of the leading causes of vision loss. Elias, a 75-year-old former newspaper editor, experienced this firsthand. For decades, scanning headlines, editing text, and working under tight deadlines defined a professional life. But as he approached retirement, Elias began to notice subtle tunnel vision. His ophthalmologist confirmed early-stage glaucoma and rising intraocular pressure, leaving him anxious about what lay ahead. On reviewing his diet, we discovered it was practically devoid of omega fats known to fight inflammation. To address this, we incorporated 2 tablespoons of shelled, raw hemp seeds into his breakfast daily. Their soft, nutty texture made them easy to sprinkle over toast, stir into yogurt, or blend into smoothies. After 2 months, Elias's intraocular pressure showed a modest reduction. More importantly, scans revealed that the thinning of his optic nerve had slowed considerably. He felt that, while prescription eye drops were essential, adding hemp seeds gave him something more, a sense of agency. By weaving them into his diet, he felt he was actively taking steps to safeguard his vision, not just waiting for his condition to worsen. Now we arrive at the seed that holds the top spot, the one supported by the strongest scientific evidence and the most compelling stories. Saffron seeds. More precisely, it is the dried stigmas of the saffron flower that contain some of nature's most potent vision protective compounds. Despite their power, very few people know about them. Saffron is packed with crocin and crocetine, 2 highly active carotenoids that focus their protective effects on the photoreceptor cells of the retina. These cells are responsible for converting light into the electrical signals that our brains interpret as images. Over time, especially in people with age-related macular degeneration, these photoreceptors deteriorate. The results can range from blurry central vision to distorted shapes, and in severe cases, blind spots that make even simple tasks like reading or recognizing faces difficult. What makes saffron extraordinary is not only its ability to shield these vital cells from further damage, but also to restore some of their lost function. By supporting the health and responsiveness of photoreceptors, saffron offers a unique form of natural defense, helping many maintain clearer, sharper vision far longer than expected. Patients with early-stage AMD who took 20 milligrams of saffron daily showed remarkable improvements in retinal sensitivity and visual acuity in just 3 months, according to a clinical trial published in the British Journal of Ophthalmology. Their vision didn't merely stop deteriorating. It significantly improved. One of the most heartfelt accounts came from Abraham, a 79-year-old painter from Alexandria. He spent his days immersed in colors, shading, and intricate details. But over the past 2 years, he had begun to lose the center of everything he saw. Facial features blurred, colors dulled, and reading became a struggle. Diagnosed with dry AMD, his doctors warned him to prepare for a complete loss of central vision. Abraham was devastated, desperate for alternatives. His daughter brought him to us. We couldn't promise miracles, but we recommended standardized saffron capsules with 20 milligrams of pure extract daily. Within 6 weeks, Abraham noticed something extraordinary. He could once again see the fine patterns on his prayer mat. A month later, he recognized his grandson's face even from across the room. After 3 months, his retinal scans confirmed significant improvements in electrical response. "I thought the world would be dark forever," he said. "But saffron helped me see again. Not the small culinary amounts used in cooking, But standardized capsules are the most effective way for older adults to take saffron. It must be consumed daily with nutritious diet, and authenticity matters. Many cheap saffron powders are counterfeit or diluted. Genuine, laboratory-tested saffron in the right amount can be the closest thing we've seen to natural retinal regeneration. This tiny seed can rekindle hope for seniors who've given up on their sight. You may already know about the 7 seeds proven to protect your vision. No surgery, no expensive treatments, just real food and real science. We're not suggesting these replace your doctor, but imagine how much stronger your eyes could become with the right support. Imagine reading without strain, recognizing loved ones' faces, and walking confidently without fear of tripping, because your vision has sharpened. This isn't magic, it's biochemistry. Vision loss doesn't wait, and now that you know the truth, neither should you. Start with 1 seed, add it to your life today. I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from? Leave a comment below. If this resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Have you tried any of these seeds? And have you noticed changes in your vision? Share your thoughts and experiences with us. I truly enjoy reading them. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss updates. Your eyes will thank you for years to come.